What it do, what it do, what it do, good people, coming to you live for Ted's TV 410. I'm your host, Ted's Dean. Before we even get started, I need you to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Again, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Listen here, people. I ain't gonna hold you long. We on the city. Let's go. Episode 3 recap. Now, people, I'm gonna tell you like this. This is one of my favorite. Matter of fact, this was my favorite episode. You dig what I'm saying? What I like how they got. I love how they go with the political shit. You know what I mean? I love it. You know what I mean? When I was a young cat, and the Wild was on, you only wanted to look at the hood scenes. However, man, a whole grown man now, and they show you this shit. I like how they broke it down. They breaking down every character. They showing how everything started. But you see how the shit, how it kicked off? You see how it kicked off? Herschel get in trouble for the last episode when he beat the boy up, right? Bust the boy's face and everything. And what happened? He goes downtown and get promoted. One of the biggest crooks was that a sergeant when they put him into the task force. When he went down there, he thought he was in trouble. So they were like, nah, that sergeant picked him up like, nah, you gonna be in his group now? You see how the spoiled apples, they created that. It's like they created a whole all-star team of bullshit, right? But we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. You got the leader of the task force. He up here, they asked him, the lawyer like, man, you took 10,000. First of all, he fucked up because he stole the 10,000 and he ain't even shared with his other comrades, right? He ain't even shared with his other people, right? That's messed up in itself. It was a big messed up. He the leader. He the leader, and he going up and he the leader and was a bad leader at that. However, the part when they went to the kid David house, they didn't go to his house. They stopped him first on a legal search. They didn't find nothing. They twist his words up to the point that they got him to say that, come on, there's a gun going back to the house. This shit happen like this all the time. Now, he goes up in the house. They goes up in the house. He find the 10,000. He ain't tell his partners that he found it, but boom, he got the 10,000. But the crazy thing about that part was, later on in the episode, you see David get gunned down, right? You see him get gunned down for that 10,000. Now, people, listen, not a street dude at all. But I do understand when you owe somebody some money, people don't got too many sympathies and don't got too much sympathy in the street game with that shit. You still got tagged. You going and you saying, oh, listen, man, I had the money, but the task force took it. You don't got no receipts. You don't got nobody saying that they took the money. It's only your word. In that game, you can't trust nobody, right? So what happened to him? He get killed. That's the Sarge body right there, man. That's the Sarge body. But carry on. I also like the part where you had Sean Suiter and the police, right? You had Sean Suiter and the police. They did real police work to pull down the case, right? The officer, the parole officer, I mean, I'm saying that right? Anyway, the officer, he did his part, collecting all the evidence, doing his reports, boom. Took all his evidence and reports downtown like you supposed to, put it in the data. So when Sean Suiter, when Sean Suiter came along, that was like icing on the cake, right? Because you see the one officer, he couldn't get the lady to talk. However, Sean Suiter came in there, and then she started talking a little bit. He made her feel comfortable. By the part, he said, "Oh, that's you in the service." "Oh yeah, I was in the service." See little stuff like that, right? They broke the case. But what I take out of that, you see how hard it is for the homicide detectives to even get help from the community. And do you blame them? Because they scared. Oh yeah, snitches get killed. Yeah, snitches get killed. The reason why I'm pointing this part out, and if I'm lying, I'm flying, people. In Baltimore City, you can be in witness protection program. You're gonna be on one side of town. You can live on one side of town. You know where they're gonna move you? To the other side of town. You know how small Baltimore is? Very small. Yeah, very small. You can get around this whole city within a half an hour. Yeah, east, west, yeah. So just imagine, and this is a city that talk. You know what I mean? So if you doing dirt, you doing anything, it's gonna come back. I don't even care if it's true or not. It's gonna come back to you. You know what I mean? So all right, we moving on. We moving on. I like how when they interviewed, what's her name? When she went to go interview the is that not the commissioner? Yeah, the commissioner. When she go interview the commissioner, and he breaks it down like, he say, I want to do something. I want to make changes to the department. However, I know that my fellow, my what do you say? I know my fellow officers. They really not gonna hear me. Just feel like I'm blowing smoke up their tail because they know I'm not even gonna be in this position that long. And the reason why he say that, he say, because when the next man comes, the next man gonna want their own people in there, right? Right? They want their own person, and that's just how I go. That's just how I go. But it's a fluctuation. It's how it keep on changing and keep on changing. We had a commissioner here years ago, right? And I thought he was doing fairly. I thought he was doing pretty good. I thought I thought us, I thought us as a community I thought we respected him. He started making some changes. However, he was doing good. I think he was doing so good they fired him though. And know how they fired him? Technicality. Wasn't even a technicality. His taxes. I don't think he paid taxes. I don't think he filed 1 year or two. Don't take my word for it, but I know he had to step down, right? I know he had to step down, and I want to say it was about some tax situation or something like that. However, he was doing his job. He ain't had to step down because of the job that he was doing. He stepped down because of his personal. But something like that, if a man doing that good, you look at the city like, he was about to start making changes, and y'all just gonna cut him. But y'all say it's really for the people? Y'all say it's really for the kids? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, let's keep it pushing though. Because like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. And I want to say D. Watt is the one that did this one. I want to say he produced this episode. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to D. Watt. You seen him it show you a little clip of D. Watt is when he in there showing his book. Go cop that. I also like how they use the old wire characters on here. I like that. What's the kid that in a wire he was stealing cars? On this show, he a poet, he an activist, things of that nature. So he get to telling what's the lady that's investigating the whole thing? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He get to telling her what's going on in Baltimore. You know what I mean? He get to telling her, well, like what he say? We knew our city was bad, but we knew that the city had all the lights from that Freddie Gray. We had everybody watching the city. What he say? And he stepped it up. And then there's a lot of men and women out here that's doing that, but you don't hear too much about it. You don't, right? We still got ways to go. However, I want to know how y'all felt about episode 3. How y'all felt about it, right? Because at the end of the day, I thought Herschel probably was the worst shit. I don't know, because we only going off the show. I felt like Herschel was the worst shit, but that episode right there, It showed how the one guy got involved. What's the asshole? What's the other sergeant? The other sergeant asshole. The one that bought the crabs, his wife didn't like his wife. What's his name? What's his name? Well, anyway, this is part 3. Cause this is gonna come back to me. Just escape me. I don't have my paper with me. Part 3. It show how he got started. It show how he got started. How, all right, he doing police work, right? This before he get to doing all the bullshit. He doing police work. He come back to the station. They drinking Patron. They got steaks. They eating good, enjoying themselves. He can't fathom how the hell y'all get this on our picture. How y'all do this? How y'all do this? And we're gonna talk about the overtime people. But he said, how we gonna do this? And what the one police say? Oh, how you gonna be able to even come back to the how you even be able to come back? How you come back here broke? If you worked all day, how you come back here broke? Remember him saying that? Boom. Then he goes to the strip club later on that night. And people, this is a question I gotta ask for y'all. No, I'm gonna wait. He goes to the strip club later on that night. He goes with the bail bondsman, the bail bondsman. He see what money, he see the type power. If you have money, what type power you have. I mean, he tricking off, mind you. He in the strip club. He about to buy a bottle, about to buy her a bottle, and he about to pay for some ass, right? But that floated his boat. All that went on through the day. So moving forward, what? Him and Sean Suter, they in a they do a raid. They do a raid. I don't know. I don't think that was illegal, but they did a raid. Boom, boom, boom. You know, he fucking he destroying evidence. He destroying property, not evidence, destroying property. But they know that the drugs is in there. Sean Suter finding drugs, boom, right? You see how he started testing Sean right then and there. But they knew they was gonna test him because they was talking about him at the bar. So right then and there, they was like, okay, this is the time to see what he gonna do. Boom, we talked to him. He put the money up. Later on, they sitting in the car, and he put the money right beside him. What you gonna do? Give him a whole story about how he not making enough money and this, that, and the third, and he need to do this for his family, you know. Sean Suter looking like, So moving forward to episode 4 and 5, and the last one 6, man, we on to something. We definitely on to something. But I'm about to get off of here. Coming live from Ted's TV. Recap episode 3. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Comment. If there's anything you want me to talk about, inbox me, email me. I'll holler. One.